Did you two love mammals have a good weekend? Oh yes, we always have fun on the weekends. Me too. What kinds of stuff do you guys do on the weekends? Sleep a lot and a lot. But I'm always looking forward to the weekdays so we can read Flora and Ulysses. Yeah, me too. Oh guys, I'm so happy to hear that. Let's get right to it, shall we? Yeah. Okay. Chapter 51, Possessed. Things were very strange. Her mother insisted that they sit together at the dining room table, the three of them. She also insisted that Ulysses sit in a chair, which was ridiculous because if he sat in a chair, he wouldn't be able to reach the table. He could sit here with me, said Flora. Oh, no. I want him to feel welcome. I want him to know that he literally has a chair at our table. Her mother had held the chair out and Ulysses had climbed onto it, and then she slid the chair all the way under the table. It was enough to break your heart watching his whiskered, hopeful face as it disappeared beneath the tablecloth. If her mother hadn't been acting so strange, Flora would have said something, would have argued more vehemently. But her mother was acting strange. Very, very strange. Not only was her voice robotic, she was also saying things that she never would have said before, expressing sentiments that seemed to be at odds with the mother Flora had always known. What do you guys think sentiments means? Expressing sentiments. It's kind of like feelings and ideas. For instance, wanting a squirrel to have a chair at the table. For instance, encouraging Flora to have a second helping of macaroni and cheese. For instance, saying nothing about Flora's potential stoutness as Flora consumed the second helping of macaroni and cheese. It was almost as if her mother was possessed. Oh, Ulysses, so little. Terrible things can happen to you had done an issue entitled Devils, Die Books, and Curses. Apparently, throughout history, people who acted strange had been accused of being inhabited by the devil or a demon or an alien from outer space. According to Terrible Things, these people were most likely not possessed. Rather, their psyches had been pushed by extraordinary events to the breaking point, and they had experienced a sort of nervous collapse. Flora's guess was that a typing flying squirrel was much more, than Flora's mother's psyche could manage. She had been pushed to the brink. She was suffering from some kind of nervous breakdown. Either that or she was possessed. Of course, Flora's father had been pushed to the brink too, but everything to do with Ulysses had affected him differently. It had cheered him up somehow, maybe because of the holy begumbaness of it all. It had reminded him of Incandesto and Dolores, and also of the possibility of impossible things. Can't I come live with you? Flora had said to her father when he left that night. Absolutely, you can come live with me, said her father, but your mother needs you right now. She doesn't need me, said Flora. She said that in her life would be easier without me. I think that your mother has forgotten how to say what she means, said her father. Plus, said Flora, she hates Ulysses. I can't live with someone who hates my squirrel. Give her a chance, said her father. Right, said Flora. As her father left the house that night, Flora had whispered the words of Dr. Mishkam's goodbye to him. And even though there was no way he could hear her, Flora was disappointed when her father didn't turn around back toward her. But anyway, here she was, giving her mother a chance, which as far as Flora could tell meant watching Phyllis Buckman use the candle on the dining room table to light cigarette after cigarette. Flora fully expected that at some point her mother's hair would catch on fire. What did you do when somebody's hair caught on fire? It had something to do with a throw rug. you beat them over the head with a throw rug. And that was it. Flora looked around the dining room. Did they even own a throw rug? She caught sight of the little shepherdess standing at the bottom of the stairs. Mary Ann was looking at Flora and her mother with a jaded and judgmental eye. For once, Flora agreed with the lamp. Things were out of control. Her mother said, "Well, it is such a delight to spend time with the members of my family, rodent and otherwise." Is a squirrel a rodent? I don't think that it is. Maybe it is. I think rodents are rodents because they're mammals that their teeth are always growing, right? Oh well, we'll look it up. Okay. But my head hurts, and I think that I will go upstairs and rest my eyes for a while. Okay, said Flora, I'll clear the table. Lovely, so very thoughtful. After her strange mother climbed the stairs, Flora pulled back Ulysses' chair. He hopped up on the table and considered the plate full of macaroni and cheese. He looked at Flora. Go ahead, she said, it's for you. He picked up a single noodle and held it in his paws, admiring it. Watching him, Flora suddenly remembered a panel from The Illuminated Adventures of the Amazing Incandesto. It was a picture of Alfred T. Slipper standing at a darkened window. His hands were behind his back, and Dolores was on his shoulder. And Alfred was looking out the window, saying, I am not alone in the world, Dolores. No, just kidding. I am alone in the world, Dolores, and I am homesick for my own kind. The squirrel ate the noodle and picked up another one. There was cheese sauce in his whiskers. He looked happy. I'm homesick, said Flora. I miss my father. Ulysses looked up at her. I miss William Spiver. Talk about a sentence you could never predict you would say. I even miss my mother, thought Flora, or I miss the person she used to be. It was dark outside. Her mother was upstairs. Her father was at the Blixen Arms. William Spiver was next door. The universe was expanding, and Flora Bell Buckman was homesick for her very own kind. Okay, I looked it up and I was wrong. Yes, squirrels are rodents. I don't know what I thought they were, but yes, rodents are like mammals that their incisors, their teeth are always expanding, and so they have to like always be finding a way to kind of get their teeth a little bit less chipped, or not chipped, but like be cutting them off a little. So the questions of the day, 2 questions. So why did Flora's mom change her mind about Ulysses? Why did she change her mind about Ulysses? So Ulysses is staying with them, and before she was like, the squirrel can't stay. So why did she change her mind about Ulysses? Second question is, why is she having Ulysses do weird things like sit up at the table where he can't even reach? Okay. All right. See you soon.